Hi everyone! Change and when to start taking action. So I kind of want to take a leaf out of Mel Robbins' book and just say to you that you're never going to feel ready to make that change. And if you do, it's only transient because change by definition is you doing something you've never done before. You growing in a way that you've never really achieved, whether that's doing something at a deeper level of mastery, whether that's taking yourself to actually do something completely new, or whether that's like really trying to behave in a completely differently in a new situation. The definition of change is that it's new. You haven't done it before. And that means that your brain is going to go through some kind of fear, some kind of insecurity, some kind of anxiety, some kind of vulnerability as you take on this new skill. And most people put it off because that's the way our brains are wired. Our brains are wired to stop us from doing the things that are dangerous or would put us at risk. And this is not a bad thing for that way for them to be wired historically. It would saved our lives many times. But nowadays it's causing problems because you actually don't have a tiger jumping out of the woods. No one is going to murder you, and yet you still can't start your business, or you still can't get your first client, or you're still struggling to get on that treadmill and work on your health. So you really got to realize that you are not going to feel ready. And this is where discipline kicks in. It's you realizing that first you have the discipline, then comes the readiness. Now, in Course in Miracles, they say that readiness is the biggest prerequisite of miracles. And I really want to stop and be there with you for a minute. And there's a reason that when I came on this live stream tomorrow, this live stream today, there's no makeup. I'm quite nervous. And the reason I'm doing it is exactly so that you can see I don't feel ready. Technology's never been my thing. I'm here because I want to be the light I'm capable of being for this earth. And it's the same thing with you. I don't care if you're not ready. I don't care if you feel like the world doesn't need you. And I don't care if you don't know what you're doing. What is important for you to acquire the changes that you want is that you start to show up on a regular basis. And that even if it's messy, even if it's not perfect, you get that progress is better than perfection. You get that showing up and doing the messy, getting your hands dirty work of starting your new business, or showing up on a new level as a mother or father, or starting to write your book, or becoming more organized, or cleaning your house. All of these things require profound courage, and they don't require perfection, they don't require beauty, they don't require a lack of mess. What they require is that steel inside you so that you can quiet your intellect and turn within and do what needs to be done. Just so that you can really start to feel like who you are. It's amazing the power of momentum to heal. Exercise is one of the most profound healers that there is, and it's literally the power of the body in motion to heal, repair, and restore itself. It's the same thing with anything, from flying an airplane to watching a bird take flight to watching gazelles run. Humans were made to be in momentum, we were made to move. And part of success is momentum, gathering more people, meeting more people, sharing your gifts with more of the rest of the world. And that comes with practice, regular, consistent, daily practice. And one of the biggest enemies to that is going to be low self-esteem, empathy, lack of empathy, and vanity is an interesting one because vanity tends to show up as apathy a lot. I don't care. No matter what I do, it's not going to work. Who's going to care about what I have to say? And then when you listen to those horrible little gremlin-y voices in your mind, you don't actually follow through or show up. So it's really important for you to just quiet that intellect, turn within. And what do I do when I'm really, really stuck or feeling blocked? So cold showers, ice cold showers. They're a really brilliant state breaker, and most people can get a bucket of cold water even if they can't get a shower and pour it over their head. So ice water is brilliant for breaking your state and literally changing your physiology so you're ready to go. I write in my journal, so you can see I buy little shitty journals like this, right? That like cost £2 at the shop. But writing is scientifically proven to help with everything from PTSD to depression and anxiety, and it helps me get the verbal diarrhea out. If I'm angry at somebody, if I'm stressed, if I can't make sense of something in my brain, writing connects my reptilian brain with my prefrontal cortex. It literally helps me sort out the subconscious emotions and thoughts and feelings that I am able to sort out or express the way I want them to, so that by the time I get to having that conversation with myself, with my business partner, with my stepkids, with my parents, with my clients, I'm a lot more ready for that conversation. Particularly good if you do it the hour before you go to bed. You wake up in the morning with such clarity about what you're going to do with your life next. The most powerful thing about journaling is in my opinion, the people that have been in wars and people who have really struggled with PTSD, rape, really deep depression, anxiety, war zones and things like that. Literally 80% and more of people who kept a journal go on to thrive after these experiences, and people who don't tend not to. And I think it's because of the ability to express and release profoundly deep and painful emotions gradually, in a completely accepting piece of paper without judgment. So journal, write, take the ice cold showers, do the Mel Robbins 5 4 3 2 1, just do it anyway. Really just start doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Get over the perfection. Hire someone. If you don't know what you're doing, if it's a technology issue, if it's a website, then pop onto Fiverr, pop onto an online assistant website, and if that's the only thing you do today, that's what you do. But you hire someone to do the things that you're not good at doing, so that you can be supported in doing what you are good at doing. And last but not least, you remind yourself that you're important, that you do matter, and that you do make a difference. You not showing up is costing not just you something, it's costing the world something, it's costing humanity something. The absence of sharing your gift with the world is, I think, why most people actually become ill and perish. Creativity is a moving force, has to be expressed, and without that expression, it's very self-destructive force. And stagnant energy is literally destructive to the body. You have to move, you have to practice, you have to exercise. You have to really put into action what you're talking about, even if that is just pure and simple communication. You are not going to feel like it. I'm being really honest with you, and I'm going to share with you a little bit of my story. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet, but I'm going to share with you a little bit of my story health-wise. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't even want to walk to the bus stop. I couldn't get on the treadmill, and I was so ashamed because I was healthy and fit and young, and suddenly I couldn't do the normal things a young, healthy, fit and person can do. It's taken me almost 2 years to get better, and even then there's still some I can't do. But the terror of it was exactly that, like the humiliation of going to the gym and just having to walk, and even then I couldn't lift weights, I couldn't lift my hand back. I didn't want to take care of myself. I hated my body for not being able to do what it was supposed to do. But it's that very, if I'd given into those thoughts, if I'd decided I wasn't going to gym, I wasn't, would have eaten me alive. If I just, and that's what you have to realize, is that if you let those thoughts that you cannot do anything, that you are worthless, that there is no point to your existence, become your truth, then they're going to take over your life. One decision away. You are one decision away from having a different life and a different body and a different level of health. And it's going to take time. It's going to take regular, that you're literally doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're a seed reaching towards the light. Just remember, really remember with me, no matter how dark your situation is, no matter what you're going through financially, emotionally, or spiritually, it's dark because you've been planted, not because you've been buried. And now is a time for a radical commitment to yourself and to growth, but you're never going to feel ready. Ready comes from confidence, and confidence comes from practice. So if you're waiting to feel, get out of your own way and start practicing. I love you all very much. I hope you have a wonderful day.